Yeah. Welcome to the 2 Decades Too Late podcast, everyone. I am Brad, hanging out with Josh.
Yes, he is.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a show about facts.
Yeah. Great start. This is a podcast in which we rate and review an album that is turning 20 years old, mostly metal for whatever it's worth. Josh and I each give a rating of 1 to 5 to 4 different parameters for an individual maximum point total of 20 and a combined maximum point total of 40. Now, I'm here to ride bikes, Josh, but what are we getting into?
I mean, I came to kick ass and chew bubblegum, so...
Are you not catching on to my I'm here to ride bike?
No, I'm not, actually.
Well, we'll get to it, weirdly.
Okay.
It's in one of the lyric videos where they're, like,
okay.
misinterpreting I am here to ride bike.
Sweet.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh.
Woof. Oh, yeah. Tough crowd. Ugh.
Yep.
I'll just head out
He
now.
put that down, and I did not pick it up. I just left it there.
Hey, yeah, that's on you for not remembering a video that came out 20 years ago. Did you ever see the one someone did for a Behold Eternity song when Eric was the vocalist?
No, that's fantastic.
If it's still on YouTube, I'll send it to you. I haven't seen it in a really long time, but I don't know who did it either. It wasn't like a friend. Like, it was just someone did that, because Eric really did not enunciate well, but yeah, anyway.
Yeah, we're actually burying the lead here a little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah. I mean, there's probably a lot of people you can't understand in this space.
True. Also, I would be curious as to how many people listening to this already know what album we're talking about because of the jokes I've made so far.
Yeah.
That would be interesting.
If I threw out Boat Rudder, people might... That might be the coffin nail, as it were.
Yes, indeed.
But today's band hails from Orlando, Florida. For whatever that's worth. Active for 6 years at this point, which...
A lot longer than I expected.
At the same time, not as long as I expected. I don't know.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Formed in 1999, they had one prior release, Ember to Inferno, in 2003, and that's gonna give it away.
Yeah, absolutely.
This album is Ascendancy at Ascend.
Oh man,
Ascendancy.
That shouldn't even be funny. But I think we started on the wrong or the right foot. I don't really know how to.
This is I don't want to do this. Today we've got
I am exhausted already. Yeah, please.
The
please,
2005 album Ascendancy from Trivium.
Hell yeah. Oh man. First, I had never listened to their first album until this one came out. I got into this one first. I don't know how many people weren't in that boat. But
yeah, I don't know. That's a tough call.
It's not good.
No. Ember to Inferno's not good?
I think it sounds like a band's first album, but like
okay.
Not like one where you're like, holy shit, that's their first album, but instead it's like, yeah, that's their first album.
Yeah. You're not an August Burns Red situation.
Not an August Burns. Though, I mean, they had an album before Thrill Seeker, technically, that wasn't very good.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I don't think this album is very good, but we'll talk about that more, I'm sure.
Really? Are you being serious?
I'm being dead serious.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
Serious as a heart attack.
Would not have put a penny on that.
Really?
So, no.
All right.
Wow. All right. Buckle up, gang.
So, Ascendancy was released March 15th, 2005 on Roadrunner Records. So, big time.
Big time.
Label mates with Slipknot.
Yeah.
Yeah. with a play time of 55 minutes and 10 seconds. This album did well. I mean, it peaked at 151 on the Billboard 200. Peaked at number 4 on the Heat Seekers albums chart. Commercially successsulsuccessful.
Also very well received. I don't know. Well, obviously at the time I wouldn't have cared.
Extremely well received. AllMusic gave it a 5 out of 5. The audience user score is 4.5 out of 5. So a lot of people liked this.
Yeah. A lot of awards and shit too. None of the. I remember a lot of it now. Like when it was like they won stuff at the Kerrang Awards and all that. I remember reading it, but I totally forgot that this thing was kind of a pretty big deal at the time.
It was a big deal.
And we'll obviously get into you know what? And on Ascendancy, we have got Matt Heafy on lead vocals and guitars and production.
And art
which is
concept.
Yeah. Corey, we kind of talked about this. Bolu. I mean,
let's go with it. There's a lot of vowels, folks. There's a B and an L, and then the rest is vowels.
Yeah, of like 9 letters. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm probably exaggerating. Actually, I don't know that I am exaggerating.
8 letters.
Not much. All right. Good guess then. On guitars and backing vocals, we've got
on the
Paolo.
hyperbole.
I mean, I am known to exaggerate, so
yeah.
8 letters, more like fucking 72. Paolo Gregoletto?
Sure.
On bass and backing vocals. Beautiful singing voice, that guy. Just for whatever it's worth.
Yeah.
And then Travis Smith on drums. And I think he was on the next 2 albums, and I think that was it for him.
He made it to 2010.
Yeah, I know he made it to the Shogun album, whatever one that is. I think that's 2 later. But otherwise, the bands remain the same the whole time.
Yeah.
Just
minus
from
the
this drummer,
album.
and they've had many drummers. Many drummers.
Corey and Paolo, this is their first album.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they were not on Ember to Inferno.
That may explain a lot.
It could. It could explain quite a bit.
Yeah, and production duties done by Jason Sukoff, and this, as far as I can tell, basically springboarded that whole recording studio in Florida, because everyone recorded here after that. Like, just everybody. And Mark Lewis was involved too. He worked at the same studio. Mark Lewis ended up being one of the main like deathcore producers over the last probably decade. He did a lot of Whitechapel stuff, and he's a big deal. Yeah, so this actually, funny enough, this album, as important as it was to whatever, it created a lot of careers, kind of, because
notably Andy Sneap is on mixing and mastering. That guy he can't miss.
He can he doesn't lose. Don't try to make him lose, because you'll just be disappointed when he doesn't lose.
Right.
Who is that? Who is that? Who are they talking about?
Parker Lewis.
Parker Lewis.
Parker Lewis can't lose.
He can't lose.
No, but to your point, Jason Sukoff, like, from this point on, goes on to do If Hope Dies, more Trivium albums, Bury Your Dead, Black Dahlia Murder, Nocturnal.
Whoa, God, the production on that thing is so good.
It's unbeatable. Man, Beneath the Massacre, Dystopia.
Holy shit, I didn't know he did that.
Yeah.
And Beauty and the Breakdown is one of the most well-produced...
It's really good.
Like, heavy records. I'm not even going to put it in a, like, specific category, just... It's so fucking good.
Really is.
What one did you say before that? Now I'm curious when...
and then he did the most recent Job for a Cowboy, too.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
Well, that shows his range then, because that's got a very unique production. It doesn't really sound like what you would think. It's almost like if Death kept being a band and got more like death metal as time went on or something. It's really cool.
You know what?
If Hope Dies...
I get that.
Yeah. If Hope Dies... That's one of those albums. I brought this up a couple times. I think you have, maybe more likely me, because I can't stop talking. like albums I thought about when we were discussing starting the podcast.
Yeah.
If Hope Dies, Life in Ruin was one of those.
It's so good.
We need to make it at least through 2026. I still don't know who's listening to this. Thank you, whoever you are. But because the numbers show that we should probably keep going, which is odd. So thank you. But if Hope Dies, I don't want to spoil too much, but if you haven't heard that, go ahead and listen to it now and just buckle up, because God, that thing's good. Anyway,
doesn't have hyperlinks?
Dude, If Hope Dies is nothing. Like,
damn.
They were such a flash in the pan, and I would put that on my top 5 metalcore albums ever made.
It was great. That had Anthem for the Unemployed, some Skinnerd.
Yeah.
Genius.
Dude, it's so fucking good, but they just came and went. Like,
yeah.
I mean, he was doing pitch screaming like 20 years before it became cool to pitch. I could. We're not even talking about If Hope Dies. We're talking about Trivium, Ascendancy. Back on track.
Sure.
Jason Sukoff is a legend, though. He's incredible.
Yeah.
Well, I am so much more. I thought this was going to be pointless.
Oh, it is, but like my opinion is that it is.
This might be, if we were ever going to get hate, this might be the time. Because that's wild. I cannot believe that this is your. Well, start us off. What do you want to get into? Because I am blown away by this.
Man, do you want me to just like lay out all my gripes at the beginning and we can kind of debate them? Or
I mean, yeah, sure. I mean, yeah, absolutely. There's no rules. Whatever.
When I first put this on, like the instrumental, track 1, The End of Everything instrumental. It's great lead-in instrumental.
One of the best intros that we've covered anyway.
Yeah. And then it goes into track 2, Rain, which I think is just a bad song, like top to bottom. Listening to it and the rest of the album, it's completely flat. It's completely lifeless. Like, I think the production is all over the map on this CD, weirdly. Which I have qualms with the production. I think it sounds like a tin can. I know.
I don't know how it's. Wow. Well, first off, Rain is marked as one of my favorites should you not choose it. So I guess I'm not going to worry about that problem. Yeah. I don't even know how to respond to that. Yeah. I'm really glad that All Music gave it a 5 because I'm going to use that as my crutch throughout this whole conversation going forward.
That's totally fair.
Man, that's bananas.
It couldn't have taken that long to record this album because they had an album in 2003 and then like another one in 2006. Like they're prolific. But man, like listening to this from start to finish, it seems like there's a 12-year gap in talent. Like some songs were recorded when they weren't that good, and then some songs were recorded a little later. Maybe it's the mix of the artists and their inputs, but like some songs are obvious standouts, and then some songs are just kind of like Matt Heafy knows how to play guitar, and like the rhythm section just like wasn't in the studio.
Interesting. Wow. So you don't like the drums on this album either?
I don't like all of the drums on this album. There are some times where the drums on this album are phenomenal. Like Pull Harder on the Strings of Your Martyr, for example.
Track 3. Yep.
Track 3. Yep. I'm just going down the list, I guess.
You might as well. Yeah, let's put. I mean, we're kind of killing two birds. It's not bad.
Yeah, but like compared to Rain, like there are no drums. Like it's completely lifeless and phoned in. Which Pull Harder on the Strings of Your Martyr, Travis Smith is credited in the writing.
That's true. So
Gunshot to I skipped. Drown and Torn Asunder is just kind of long and redundant.
I would say track 4, Drowned and Torn Asunder, and track 5, Ascendancy, are the two worst tracks for me on the whole album.
Track 5, Ascendancy, there is way too much singing vocals. And,
I agree.
Oh man, like I want to like the vocal pattern because it's kind of cool the way he chooses to break Ascendancy,
It's off-putting,
but
though.
it is super off-putting.
Yeah, I agree. I have that same issue. I don't like. I will say his vocal. I think his vocals are sick, but yeah, sometimes his choice. But he plays guitar,
He does,
so
yeah.
I do. I've tried. I always try to take that into consideration with anyone who's doing both.
Yeah.
But some of his delivery is really odd, and let's not even like dance around the fact that he enunciates worth shit, like absolutely shit.
Absolute poop shit.
Even when he sings, like
Yeah,
it's
not
wild. He gets way better over time. I mean, way better. But on this thing, it is just marble mouth the whole way through.
And to be quite honest, I don't even like his singing on this album. Like, it's so... I don't know if it's forward or if it's just the wrong tone, but like his clean vocals on this album they're just different than the rest of the album, and I don't think it really goes that well.
That's fair. I actually don't have too much of a disagreement with that. It does sound like a guy who's still trying to learn his actual voice.
Yep.
And boy, more sympathetic I could not be.
Right.
I've got receipts, unfortunately, for me doing a worse job of that exact same thing. But yeah, you're right. The clean. Sometimes it's really good.
Sometimes,
but there are times where it's like I think you made the right call singing there. I think his placement for singing is solid because sometimes he picks really unique spots to sing, which I actually kind of dig. He's not like following any sort of like pattern or anything, which is refreshing. I mean, he didn't hear, like most of everyone at the time, didn't hear End of Heartache and just go, okay, cool. Well, that's what we do now.
Yeah.
So it's cool that he took a different approach. I think the hate you gave Rain at track 2 might be the worst thing you have ever said to me in 30 years.
Man.
Because that's
You
brutal.
might be right, yeah.
Yeah, because it's like I sometimes, especially when I'm taking into consideration like thrash leaning melodic death metal, I just want it to pummel me. I don't want anything else from it, and that's what I dig about a lot of this. Like Rain is just a steamroller, and that could easily be It is though. It never stops.
It isn't.
Like it's fucking 1,000 miles an hour for 4
Pull
minutes
Harder
straight.
never stops. A gunshot to the head of trepidation never stops.
Man.
Rain just kind of
See, I'm not even a huge fan of A Gunshot to the Head of Trepidation either. I think the whole middle section of this album's kind of like, I don't know. It's fine. Like it's not. I don't dislike any song on this album, but 4, 5, yeah, 4, 5, and 6. Like I just have. I've always skipped that section of the album. I would have skipped it this time too. I mean, Trepidation's fine. It's better than the other two, but
it's funny because it's one of my favorite songs.
It's fine. Like, it's fine. The end is super sick. It gets so and the bridge is metal-ish fuck. It's so good.
Yeah.
But I like maybe a minute of the 5 minute and 55 seconds of the song.
That's fair.
Well, again, all of it's fine. I don't hate anything on this, which is so wild that you have this strong. I can't believe this. I really can't. I'm having actually a hard time, like, still coming back from the introduction to your opinion of this. I'm still like staggering a little bit, but I'm happy about it.
Partly, in fact, to how well it was received. Like you don't hear anybody speak ill of this album apart from like Mushmouth doing the vocals.
Today.
Yeah, and me.
Yeah,
today.
that's true. Yeah, I mean, you can go on YouTube. There are so many videos of people making fun of his vocals from this album specifically that it's kind of hard to ignore.
Right.
It's like, yeah, dude, he isn't saying words more often than not.
Yes, I just have it swear.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, we're moving right along to
Candy Spice
tracks. Track 7, like Light to the Flies. I always thought it was just like Light to Flies. I never realized the word "the" was in the title.
Oh yeah,
And I don't know if it's because he says like "light to flies" in the song.
that would be
He has a
better.
real. He leaves out words weirdly too, like "pull harder on the strings of your martyr." He just says "pull harder, strings martyr,"
Yep.
and it's like, why? I feel like you could have figured that out in a better way than just not saying the title, but saying it kind of
Right.
like, which is
Just
worse than not saying
Give me
it
the
at
Cliff
all.
Notes version of that title.
Right. I've had plenty of songs where I'd never say the title in it because
Martyr Strings.
though just the worst tribute band of all time.
Right.
Hey, we're Martyr Strings.
Yeah. You
They
guys
just-
ready to pull harder?
Oh.
Yeah, I know. Stay away. Stay away from it. Speaking of pulling harder, we go to track 8, Dying in Your Arms.
Oh my god. You could have given me a million guesses. I never would have known. I did not have that song was less than 3 minutes long.
No.
That song was huge. It's a good song. I like that it's like basically the first in my little world anyway, first kind of like melodic death metal ballad almost,
Yeah.
if you can call it that. Very catchy song though.
Super catchy. Yeah, and the shortest on the album by a sizable margin, apart from the beginning instrumental.
Yep, for sure. A lot longer than I remember. I didn't have a problem with that, but it is objectively long. There's no way around that. But this is, and then we're on to track 9, The Midnight Ray Gun.
What?
Listen to it again.
Okay. I'm looking here. I'm looking at the title, and it's just called "The Deceived."
The Deceived.
Yeah.
The
It's
very
like,
first
man, I know
line-
he fucks some stuff up, but like, you can't hear Midnight Ray Gun in Deceived.
No, but the first line of the song, he just straight up, I don't give a fuck what the lyrics are. He says, "The Midnight Ray Gun." And I can't, it was another one that has a video. So I saw that, and then I was like, that is exact. I'm not sure he doesn't say the Midnight Ray Gun. I guess I haven't even looked.
The Men Like Reagan.
Is it? Sure, I would believe you if you were like, no, I looked it up. It was the Men Like Reagan. I'd be like, oh, weird. I don't. That's not even topical in 2005. Oh man. I love that song though, "The Deceived." It's really sick. And I think kind of under talked about. I don't know. I guess what do you think about "The Deceived"? Do you like that song or?
I don't recall. I'd have to go back and listen to it.
Okay.
I cannot recall.
Oh man. So track 10, "Suffocating Sight." This is another one in. This is up for one of my favorites as well. I fucking love that song. That's one of the songs I have always known how to play on guitar, and I can still play pretty much. Yeah, it's tough. His
he's a
picking
good
hand is
guitar player.
impressive. Yeah, he's really good. We got track 11, "Departure." That's another one that's kind of for me. It's fine.
Yeah.
Like it's fine. And then finally 12, "Declaration." I actually really like that song, and I always skipped it. I think I probably skipped it because it was 7 minutes long.
It is long at the end.
It is long. It goes really well back into the intro, though.
I could see that. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's pretty sick. Like as soon as it comes back around, it plays into itself really well. Wow. What do you know? Who would have thought? I genuinely don't know how to react because I so don't agree in any way, shape, or form.
That's totally fair. That's why we do it. That's why you play the game.
That's exactly it. I do think, though, I would just like to point out that I more often than not, I feel like I'm in the seat of hating things that people don't. So this is kind of nice, actually.
Yeah.
This feels pretty good. It feels nice to be on the other side of this a little bit. Yeah, I'm normally not.
Yeah, I'm enjoying my side of the fence too.
Sick, yeah. I'm normally the
Taking a hard line.
Antagonist?
That's the one.
Yeah, antagonist. Well, I mean, we could definitely get into the review since, now I'm super curious, especially about the production. I can't wait I don't even know.
Oh, man.
Man, bonkers. Absolutely.
Right?
Did you want to get into anything else before we get over there? Because we could do it. We could do it, Brian.
Let's see. No, I think I've said my piece.
Okay. All right, review.
Bears, Packers, catch it.
Is this going to be the back from the music break? Yeah, it is. I'm in control of that. We are reviewing the album Ascendancy by Trivium.
Way to take that
and
one. Way to not let me mangle it a second time.
Yeah. And we're gonna do what we always do, and that is try to take over the world, Pinky. That's the second time I've dropped that reference this week. So
Great.
I'm proud of myself, if nothing else.
Yeah.
So we're good. Josh, what did you think of the artwork for this Trivium album?
Man, I gave it a 3.
Yeah.
And I've never really enjoyed the Mummy guy all that much, and to be honest, like, the logo's sick. And the coloring and the placement, although it does put me somewhat in mind of like a 1980s He-Man logo, which is a little bit of a bummer because nothing about this really sounds like a 1980s. And
some of it kind of does.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, Mummy guy,
yeah. And artwork should be credited to Paul A. Romano, notable for the Mastodon.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's the same dude?
Same dude.
Did he have a concussion when he did this one?
Well, let's be fair here. Matt Heafy is credited with the art concept.
Yeah, true enough.
Sometimes you just gotta let people do their thing.
Yeah, I can't argue with that because honestly, it's not particularly well drawn. Like,
no,
it looks pretty bad. Like, you landed on a 3. I talked myself up to a 3 because, to your point, the color scheme and the logo's super good, but that drawing is not. The way his like back is arched is weird. I guess I don't know why I'm assigning this thing a gender, but it's just really, really odd. Is that supposed to be like a crown?
It seems like yes.
Is that how you're?
And
so
wings?
Is this like? Yeah, is this like the fallen?
Are those the broken wings?
Maybe.
Where's
like,
the strings?
Is it like the fallen angel situation?
I don't know, but it's got a booty.
It does. It does have a booty.
There's no reason.
And you know what? That's really why I took it from a 2 to a 3 because I'm a booty guy. What can I do? Like, I can't not give it an extra point for that.
Yeah.
I know. I live my life. You live your. I live my life. Anyway, so I landed on a 3 as well.
What did you think of the production?
I gave it a 4.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not a 5. It shows its age. It's a little muddy. There are kind of some overtone situations. And you're right. I'm not going to disagree that there's some weird inconsistencies because I think there were too many cooks in the kitchen with this a little bit. But I think the drums are fucking the production on the drums are just, I love the production on the drums.
Yeah,
I think the
that is
cymbals are
consistently
right at the
great.
yeah. Kick drum is nutty bars. Like how it can sound so big while sounding so tight is insane. And the cymbals are right where I want cymbals. Like,
yeah,
I like hearing cymbals. I like hearing drums. I think the toms sound huge while never getting in the way of anything else.
Totally.
Yeah, but I almost landed on a 3. The drums are just so good. I'm a sucker for it, so I was very subjective with my 4 here, but I could go
That is
for
your
a 3
right.
and not. Yeah, fair enough. So yeah, I could easily see it being lower. I'm not actually, now that I'm talking about it out loud, I'm not as really bothered by your issues with the production because it's weird.
Yeah,
it's just,
you're gonna come around to my entire point of view eventually.
I don't think that, based on your opinion of the song Rain alone, that is not possible. But what about you? What'd you think of the production?
I did give it a 3, especially, for the sound then, which may have been a 4 because of the drums. But even now, like, when you get to 2011, the album In Waves, I mean, not done by Jason Sukoff, notably.
Right.
But
weird that it isn't, actually.
Yeah, it really is.
That's strange.
Who did do that?
That's a very
Colin
good
Richardson.
question. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, is that all?
Yeah,
okay,
that's all.
well, that'll do it. Wow. Man, these dudes have, like...
They got that Roadrunner
one of-
money.
That's literally one of my, like, dreams on Earth is to, just be in a room with Colin Richardson and be like, please, can I record a song with you, please? Just, please let me.
He did The Crusade, too.
That's too bad.
Yeah.
Well, the production's good on it. It's just the songs are fucking garbage.
So yeah, I gave the production a 3. Like I said,
That's better than I expected.
It's kind of tinny and thin, and it's a little inconsistent. And like even comparing it to Children of Bodom, Children of Bodom sounds fat compared to this.
Yeah, that thing is, well, we will eventually get into it.
We will.
All right, sick. Well, the next one seems pretty interesting to me then. What was the impact at the time for you? I guess I don't know. I can't place what you thought of it at the time, really, to be honest.
I gave it a 2 because Trivium was huge, and I knew a lot of people that loved them some Trivium. Johnson loved Trivium. You loved Trivium. I liked Boat Rudder Spring Mai Tai. You pull harder on the strings, you're harder. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then
seriously, go watch those videos if you haven't. Everybody,
they're so funny. It's going to be a good day if you do that.
And yeah, agreed.
But then I could never really get latched into most of the rest of what they had to offer at the time, which was this album and then Ember to Inferno.
Yeah, that's fair.
So like maximum exposure was 2 to 3 songs.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. That's super fair. I'm
curious where you landed.
This was tough, like, because I got into them and like when I heard Strings of Your Martyr, it was like this is all I want everything to be all the time. But I think still a 3. Like I don't.
Okay.
I almost landed on. I could have went with a 5 probably. I mean, like I was obsessed with them when this came out. But it's like, I moved on pretty quick. Like it wasn't like it was even a fad for me a little bit. Like it's very good. I love this album. I'm not actually rating it as high as like how I feel about the album,
right,
as far as being subjective, but in an objective manner, this is probably the best I can do. But I'll go with the 3, maybe a 4. I really did just obsess about this shit for a while.
Yeah, and it's specific to this album, so it doesn't even have to be the entirety of Trivium, who did kind of like let you down in 2006 and 2008,
and make so many weird choices. I guess the 2008 one was okay. Like the intro track is really, really good. I can't even remember what it's called. Kick Soman something something Japanese.
Kickstart My Heart.
Yep.
That's them, right?
Yeah, everybody knows. Yeah, I'll bump it to a 4 actually, because I do remember like Jordan Guyton and I. This is all we listened to for like 6 months. Like, yeah. I mean, it was just we couldn't. Yeah. So yeah, I'll go with a 4. You're right. I'm letting a little bit of my most of the rest of everything they did bias weigh me down a little bit. But yeah, with this album, I'll give it a 4. I give it a 4.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm just going to give it a 5 for enjoyed listening today. I don't really have any notes. I fucking love this thing, and I loved it just as much now as I always have. Yeah, the songs that are so-so or whatever, but at the end of the day, as long as a bunch of really fast double kick is hit me in the face, I'm usually pretty good. So, Josh, how much did you enjoy listening to Ascendancy by Trivium today?
It's a 3. I mean, This was probably my first listen all the way through to the album, and there's enough good on it to be enjoyable. Don't get me wrong.
Sure.
Like, Matt Heafy sounds the way that Matt Heafy sounds, but like to your point, some of the songs are great. Some of them are really energetic, really powerful, and just steamroller songs, and then some of them just kind of fell a little flat to me. I was like,
yeah, that's fair.
Like, because I want every song to be pull harder on the strings, you're a martyr, and it isn't.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's probably
I don't love how
me.
much. I don't know that it is now, because unfortunately I do think I have sort of come around to how you're feeling, and I don't like it. You have very compelling reasons for, I don't love that. I'm still sticking with what I gave it beforehand, because I gave it these ratings while I was listening to it, so it seems like that's probably where it should live, but I'd like to disagree with you more than I think I can now, so
that's fair.
Good on you for that, yeah.
And I'm not totally railing against this album.
I'm actually surprised by your rating. Yeah, I was going to say, from the way this started, I was like, well, this is going to be bizarre.
Yeah, it's definitely not Thrice.
Suck on that, Thrice.
Yeah.
One of the biggest bands we've covered.
Yep.
I love that. That's so great. So great. Okay. Anyway, so Josh, you've got an 11. That's not that. It's not terrible. I mean, I don't even love to say this, but that's not even really an unfair rating.
No, it's like, super mid.
Yeah.
+1.
Yeah, mid +1, please.
Yep.
I landed on a 16 for a total of 27. This is not how I saw this going. No. I mean, seriously, right up until the second we started talking about it, I'm like, man, this
Trivium.
thing is going to be... Yeah. Midnight Ray Gun, bitch. Please listen to... As soon as we're done, please listen to the first line of that song so you can hear him say Midnight Ray Gun.
I will do that.
Perfect. Okay, well, as we are wont to do at this point, we will pick our favorite songs off of the album, because we will be putting them on our Spotify playlist, which is titled TDTL Favorite Songs 05. We have an 04 version from the albums that we rated and reviewed last year. But Josh, what is your favorite song on Ascendancy by Trivium?
I shot straight for the middle. I went with A Gunshot to the Head of Trepidation. I wish they stopped at A Gunshot to the Head, because that sounds cooler in my opinion. Like,
it does.
I don't know. Trepidation doesn't really have a head, but I don't know. Like, what do you imagine the anthropomorphized version of trepidation as?
I genuinely have no idea.
A jellyfish, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. No, but it's a super good song. It's got a lot of what there is to like on this album in it, and it maybe gets a little long at some parts, but there's plenty of guitar. The lyrics are moderately intelligible, and this is, in my opinion, it's one of the songs where his vocals kind of fit the best.
Yeah, that's super fair. It is a really good song. It's better, like the other ones that I'm a little mid on, that's higher than that. It's just not quite to the ones that I'm like super into, but
Right.
it's whatever the next tier down is. It's a really good song. That's a good call. Mostly that like post-verse harmony Megadeth part is, I'm always a sucker for that because of Megadeth. So any band that does it, I'm like, hell yeah,
Hell
you
yeah.
immediately made me like this song 25% more. All right. Cool. We will be putting that on the playlist. I will go with track 10, Suffocating Sight. He gets the little Zayo high going at one point, which is weird.
It is weird.
It's like the only time he's ever done it in any song. Okay. Yeah. Suffocating Sight. Love it. Man. Wild. What a roller coaster.
I'm surprised that Pull Harder, like, we're not making a case for Pull Harder to go on there.
We can. It's an iconic song. It is. I think that is the quintessential Trivium song.
You're probably right.
Should we put it on?
Are we doing
What
it?
do you think? It's up to you. I make this call far too often. Sick. I'm so not opposed. I was hoping you said yes, but
All right.
awesome. All right. Suck on that shit. You guys are getting 3 Trivium songs
That's
on a
thrice.
playlist I really don't think anyone listens to. But they're going to be there if you want to listen to it.
In
Bet your ass.
perpetuity. Or as
Yep.
long as we maintain a license to listen to the songs that we put on it.
Indeed. All right. So, Pull Harder on the Strings of Your Martyr. Gunshot to Head of Trepidation. Man, that bothers me now. You did a How I Met Your Mother break glass
Yeah.
situation for me on that. And then
Jellyfish.
Suffocating Sight. Yeah. A gunshot to the head of a jellyfish.
That's cool.
Is that not a Tony Danza tap dancing extravaganza song? Because I could see it being a Tony Danza tap dancing extravaganza song.
The Tony Danza version would be Jellyfish Hat or something like that.
Yeah, fucking true.
We've got an Instagram.
We do. TDTL_podcast. Come say hi. I post pictures sometimes when I remember. I generally remember the story,
Yes.
even if I forget the other part, because I don't know. I actually don't have a good excuse for that. Thanks for letting us talk to you about Ascendancy by Trivium.
Yeah. If you haven't
Probably
heard of
should shout it
Trivium, or you haven't listened to this album, which would be wild if you have heard of
would be.
Trivium, go check it out. If you haven't checked it out in a while, dust it off and pop it in your compact disc player, and
Yeah.
because you still have it. You didn't get rid of that shit.
Nah. You got it.
pop
And then
it
have
in.
your mind blown that the same guy that did the cover art for this did Mastodon. I haven't gotten over that yet. I just didn't want to harp on it for too long. But
That's fair, yeah.
I can tell by the style a little. But anyway.
Yeah, the style's definitely him.
Yeah.
So yeah, go listen to Leviathan by Mastodon, and with that, he's been Brad, I've been Josh, and we've been 2 decades too late.